Alright, Dave Saunders here. We're doing the first of our Tour Weekly series for 2011. Tour Weekly is an opportunity for me as an instructor to highlight the weekly tour winners. These are the best players in the world, and if they're winning on tour, they're obviously doing something right. So this week is Johnathan Byrd. He won the Hyundai at Kapalua in Maui. Played some good golf, and I just wanted to show you this golf swing and show you some of the things I really enjoy about it, and hope that it helps you guys at home. So let's go ahead and get started. I always like to show this when I see it. One of my favorite things is when I can see this the line go right up the shaft of the golf club. And I like it when the hands are close enough that it can go vertical and hit the armpit. Too many times I see this line from the center of the shoulder as opposed to dropping down. I see it pushed outward, where players are extending their club upward almost. Like there's a one line, the arms and the club are the same. One thing I really like is that he's created an angle here. If it's clear as I'd like it, but it shows an angle here which I really like. Obviously better players are going to be able to do something like that, but just when you guys are practicing at home, whether you're in a mirror or you're at the range, practice getting those hands to hang directly from your shoulders straight down. And if you're ever analyzing your own videos, take a look and see if you're able to get your hands close enough to the point where you can draw a line from the middle of your shoulder straight down the arm through the hands. It's really, really good solid setup. Posture looks good. Obviously these guys work on that stuff relentlessly. Now, I'm not reinventing the wheel here. There's quite a few instructors out there that do these voiceover videos, and they draw a lot of similar lines, and thought I'd explain a little bit about what these lines are for. The first one I drew on the head here, this one here that I'm outlining, it just shows movement of the head, and it correlates directly with movement of the backside. You're not going to be able to move your backside here, whether you're moving it a little bit to the right or a little bit to the left, and ideally you want it to be a little bit to the left and staying on this green line here. But it just helps to kind of show which way this player is moving during the golf swing, and you'll see the good players tend to get back behind this line, kind of sitting down, almost like they're sitting on a bar stool, if you will, or leaning up against a counter. And then you'll see this top line here. It's also going to deal with depth, meaning what's happening to their head. Is it moving left to right? Is it going up and down? So there's these two lines just there to kind of show you that throughout the swing. You'll see me use those in this particular video. I'm probably not going to use them as much. I want to put another line here. This is right through his elbow, and I'm going to extend this line here upward. And I just want to show you for this particular shot how tight he keeps the golf swing A, and how much he keeps that club on plane when he's hitting this. Now this particular shot, he's playing it. He's playing in Hawaii. He's practicing in Hawaii. It's actually a practice session, but there's quite a bit of wind for those who haven't been to Hawaii. So a normal 7 or 8 iron is probably going to fly somewhere in the range of of here, somewhere in this range. And I think the idea here is that he's working on flighting that ball a little lower and keeping it below the tree line, so that he could play it into a practice green, but not have to worry about the wind up in this area here. So, obviously these guys have quite a bit of time in preparation for playing on tour to work on things like that. But it's it's not a bad way to spend some of your practice time out. Learning how to flight that ball a little bit lower. So let's go ahead and just start his swing back here. One thing I really like is and just a quick note how his club stays close to this line on the way back. Club head gets a little bit out ahead of it, and then he transfers onto the other line, the top line that runs through his elbow. And the reason I drew those two lines is to show you how tight the dispersion is through here. He doesn't get a whole lot of movement. He's not changing. He's not changing the way that club or rerouting it. It's right on plane. Right on plane on the way back. He gets to this position, and I also like to show this. When you watch good players versus amateur players, you look at their hands, and when you watch a good player, the first thing you'll see majority of the time is that their hands are working, or their right elbow is working downward. And too many times, if you look at amateur players or players that are higher handicap players, their hands are moving out towards the golf ball, or in some cases they'll actually move almost towards their own head. So it's just something to kind of keep an eye on, and I'll go ahead and draw this shaft plane line back on there. But watch the way his hands and this club drop down. There we go. Drop straight down. That's a very, very important thing when you watch good players. They're always going to pull that club downward or let that club drop downward in their initiation of the swing towards the ball. And then he comes down through it nicely. One last thing that I'd like to show you is he gets up there in a nice position, drops that club down, and then he's getting that club shaft directly on his line that was initially there at address. So here we are at address. He brings it up to the top, nice and compact. Again, he's hitting a short shot. He's hitting a short shot that's supposed to flight low, so he's going to take a smaller backswing. Let me get these lines on here. He's going to take a shorter backswing. He's going to drop that club down hard, pulling that right elbow towards his right pocket. Get that club, pulling it right back down on that line, and then explodes to the ball. And I really like this shot because you can see that golf ball gone, and then he's taking his divot, and then you see this big cloud of smoke right here come up, and that really shows that he's compact, he's short and compact, and accelerating down through that golf ball, flighting it low, and being able to play this shot is probably one of the reasons that he was able to win this week at the Mercedes. So I hope that helps. Again, just a little bit about how to hit that punch shot and play it low under the wind. And again, tune in. Or stay tuned rather. We'll be doing Tour Weekly lessons, each week for our PGA Tour winners. If you haven't gotten a chance to check out the website, golfinstituteusa.com. Check it out. There's all kinds of good stuff, and look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks so much.